All right, guys, we're going to be kind of putting it all together regarding big box retail. We've looked at Walmart, we've looked at some other companies and traditional retailers, Amazon being one of them. Amazon is the second largest retailer, but it is not a big box store. Big box means that it occupies a large physical space in brick and mortar locations. So when we're looking at that, we're going to be working on this project in Canva. You're going to be provided a template to follow, so you do not need to recreate anything from scratch. You'll find this under Tuesday in our module. And when you come in here, there's four companies you can choose from. There's Home Depot. There is IKEA, which is an enormous furniture um, company and store, Target and Best Buy. If you're unfamiliar with something, you can always look it up. There's plenty of analysis online as well to aid you. Don't be afraid to use it, but try to do most of this on your own using our resources. So when I come in here, here is a Canva link to join the class if you have not done so. Before you do that, log into Canva. You can check the classes will be over here on your dashboard. You can see that I'm part of various groups, my class being Stephen Lewis. Okay, so as we work through this, you can use these video instructions for clarification to move forward or to move back in the scaffold or use them as much as you might need. There are going to be some video instructions embedded. You'll find this template inside of the instructions that are provided along with the video and instructions as well. So this is broken down into checkpoints, guys. You're having 3 days to work on this in class. I think you can knock this out with no problem. So let's roll through it. Checkpoint one, filling out the two slides with the business model canvas and the lean model canvas. And what you're going to want to do here is to get in some good notes. You need to get in for certain your keywords and then the other words that are associated with each section of the canvas. Along with that, you'll be placing in the number of order. Remember, there is an order to this. You have notes inside of our module that can help you. You also have notes on the board in our room that you can look at. And so there's references all around you. Make sure you do this well. And just in case you've forgotten how to manipulate Canva, over here is your sidebar menu. You've got design elements, which you're not going to really engage in because you already have a template designed. However, your elements, you will. This is where you will find graphics, you will find photos. Those are the two that you'll be using in this, and it's very simple to insert them by just clicking on it. And then you can maneuver it and so on and so forth, delete it, change the color if you want. Very easy to maneuver in Canva. For text, we simply come here. You'll be using generally a subheading function. You can do the heading if you want, and then you have your toolbar up here to change the font. You can change your color, but you'll want to get it appropriately sized. This is generally the size that you're going to want to use. Now, guys, as you work through this, you want to finish certain checkpoints and you want to do them in a way that keeps you on the right pace to finish by Friday. So, first checkpoints here, business model canvas and the lean model canvas, both of our one-page templates that help us to analyze both startups and established businesses. This lean canvas is more for startups. It's also more problem-centric. It's focused on the problem that customers are facing, and entrepreneurs solve problems. They solve problems that they see around them, and they offer a value proposition in order to entice customers to utilize their product or service. As you walk through this, guys, if you have any confusion about a section, don't forget in our module and our study materials, there are some videos that you can use as well as some notes. So this is checkpoint one, the business model canvas and the lean model canvas. Next up, you have your customer side, checkpoint two, okay, which is going to be your customer side of your project. And this is where we're going to roll through customer segments, customer problems, value proposition, solution, customer channels, and customer relationships. Follow these instructions on each page, and when you're done, make sure to erase them so that they're no longer there. We'll start off with which company you're going to choose. And there's the four companies that you can choose from, being Home Depot, IKEA, Target, or Costco. Once you've chosen that, we're going to look at three customer segments that you want to try to create or have for your company. And if you notice here, there's some examples for you that you can follow that deal with a pet tracking company. Next up, you've got your customer personas. These are basically the stories of those people that we're going to market to, that we're going to sell to. And in these customer personas, you'll have three. These aren't nearly as detailed as we will get with these, but we want to look at the demographic data. What's their gender? How much money are they making? Their geographic. Where do they live? Are they in a city? Are they in a small town? Are they in a cold place or a warm place? Also, we want to look at the psychographic data. What are their values? What are their opinions about the world? What do they hold dear? And finally, their behavioral, which deals with their brand relationships. What type of products do they use? What type of brands do they love? And so on and so forth. We want to create a clear picture of our potential customers. Next up, you'll be looking at the customer problems. We're going to list three problems here. Very, very important because these problems help us to identify and to create the best solution and value for our consumers. Next up, we'll look at existing alternatives. These are the companies that are already fulfilling our need for our customers and solving their problems. You need to list three competitors for your existing company. Next up, we'll do our value proposition. And I actually want you to write a value proposition here. We don't need to just put convenience, affordability, accessibility, a variety of products. Let's write that in a statement that clearly identifies what the value proposition is for our customers. Next up, we'll look at our solutions. And for our solutions, we'll have three. They're going to answer each problem that we listed. You need to tell me about the feature or the service that we provide that answers these issues. The problem will be listed in orange, and below you will elaborate on how we are solving that problem. Next up, we're going to go with channels. We're looking at communication, marketing, and also sales channel. This being our main focus right here. Just trying to identify what are the channels that we're using. How do our customers reach our product? How does our product reach our customer? How do we communicate with them? How do they like to be spoken to? Next up, we have customer relationships. This is our customer service model. How are we interacting and building relationships with our clients so that we can keep them, so that we can grow them, or we can acquire new ones? We've looked at self-service. We've looked at personal assistance, dedicated personal assistance, simply automated. What kind of systems are these companies using to work with their customers? And there can be multiple. Next up, your revenue streams. We know that every traditional retailer, big box or small box, these retailers all use direct asset sales or direct sales, but are they doing something else to make money? Now, we finished the customer side and we're going to move to the company side into checkpoint 3. This is the other side of the canvas, the left side of the canvas when we're facing it. And here we're going to look at key activities. We need to list at least 3 actions that describe what this company or what your company is doing to deliver its value proposition. You want to have this written out, and then you want to create a graphic or an image using the elements part that's appropriate for each action. Next up, we'll be looking at our key resources, which are key assets for the company. You want to be listing your physical, your intellectual, and your human. So each category can go in each spot here. Next up, our key partners. Who do we have to work with in order to deliver our value proposition? Who's going to provide those assets or resources that we don't have, or perform those actions that we cannot perform? So our key partners are very, very important to delivering our value proposition and being successful. And finally, our key metrics being the most important data points, measurements for the success of our business. What do we need to look at? What's really important? What's our North Star metric? What do you think is the most important metric for your company? So we want to list three, plus we want to list your North Star metric, or you can identify the North Star metric within the three that you have listed. Next up, your cost structure. What are the most important expenses of the business? What expenses do we have to endure in order to deliver our value proposition and create a successful organization? That is the company side. Now we're going to move to the last checkpoint, checkpoint 4. We are simply going to be putting all of this information together and creating a business model canvas and a lean model canvas for the company that you have chosen. On this one, you need to fill this out completely on both. Yes, some are going to be repetitive. As you notice here, this left side of the canvas and this left side of the canvas are different. That's the major difference in our two canvases. So you might be doing some copy and pasting here, but they both need to be filled out completely. And then finally, last checkpoint is your submission. And in order to submit this, all you're simply going to do is go up here, hit the share button. Okay. I would like you to change to can edit or can comment. I want to say edit, and that way I can leave comments in here if I need to. You're just going to copy this link. You're going to then go into our online, into Canvas, and in the text submission box, you'll simply put the link, and I'll be able to click it open and check it out. Excited to see what you're going to do. Don't forget you can reference these video instructions at any time, and there are reference materials within our Canvas module that can help guide you. Wishing you success and looking forward to your great work.